All of this is down to a patriarchal framing of the world, which basically says women's bodies are faulty, women's bodies are a problem, which is wholly inaccurate. I mean, you can trace a lot of this back to medieval times. You look at things like the wandering womb theory and hysteria. You look at how childbirth was very slowly reframed into something that's very dangerous. You get midwives and women getting pushed out of the way, and the introduction of male doctors to fix the problem. And what this article is talking about here is the fact that countless women are going through unnecessary invasive IVF treatments because there's a default setting that says it's women who are the problem, when actually infertility in men is extremely common. It's 50% of those cases anyway. And a lot of those solutions are very simple. They're easy to fix, but they're not even being considered because that's the default setting. It's women's bodies that are the problem. It's women who are bearing the burden of childbirth. It's a woman's job to do this. And if it's not working, then it must be the woman. Sometimes I sit down and I think, can you imagine what would have happened if Viagra hadn't been discovered by accident? They were doing those studies on angina. And all of the participants who are men, obviously, why would you carry out any sort of medical research that involves women? You wouldn't do that, would you? Because women's hormones are way too complicated, right? Let's just focus on men. These guys are turning up with random erections, and then you get, hang on a sec, let's just park all of this angina rubbish and let's focus on erectile dysfunction. But can you imagine if that had not happened? There probably would have been some sort of reframing of the problem. It's not men, it's women.